All right, everybody, I'm getting everything here situated. Bear with me. We're so glad you could be with us on this Thursday evening. I'm Shon Gables inside the Atlanta News First studio. We have a very busy night. Our newsroom is working hard. Our reporters are fanned out across the state. Make sure you join us tonight on Atlanta News First Plus. In the studio, we have updates here, but also on Atlanta News First at 11 and Peachtree TV at 10 o'clock tonight. We have everything to really showcase and prove time and time and again that Georgia is really a battleground state for this November election. We have everything from more political candidates making their way to Georgia. There's some star power in our city tonight and a massive early voting total as we're now just 12 days away from the November 5th election. But let's get straight to these headlines. And the biggest one we're covering, let me show you right here. And this is Kamala Harris. She is live in Clarkston tonight. She's speaking, but I cannot hear her. But let me just make sure that, is that the case? I'm going to ask one of my producers. I'm sure, if we're going to show her, I want you to be able to hear what she's saying. So we're going to adjust this. But this is Kamala Harris's second trip to the Atlanta area in many, many weeks. Thanks. There you go. Good. It's a little bit of feedback in my ear. I'm not sure if that matters, but we're going to listen to it for just a little bit. It's tough to hear her, but we are streaming this live on our Atlanta News First Plus streaming feed, so make sure you watch that if you're interested in hearing what the vice president has to say. Again, like I mentioned, this is her second trip to the Atlanta area in many weeks. She was joined this time by former President Barack Obama and a number of celebrities. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon is inside that stadium tonight with more.
A lot of star power on the stage tonight with the vice president. We heard already from famous actor Samuel L. Jackson, who has ties to Atlanta, and also famed film director Spike Lee, who came out wearing a Morehouse sweatshirt and a Morehouse hat and reminded the crowd that he was also a Grady baby. And so a lot of ties to Atlanta and the DeKalb County area here with the vice president today. We did also get a chance this week to speak one-on-one with vice presidential candidate Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. He said he was very encouraged by the early voting numbers in Georgia. We crossed the 2 million vote mark last night, and that is expected to be closer to 4 million by the time early voting closes. He said to him those numbers were extremely encouraging.
It tells me they care deeply about the democracy. People are excited to vote. We should make it easy. We know that our elections are secure and safe. Georgia was the model for that. You had folks of courage stand up and show that in the last election. And I think what it's showing is people are not going to be intimidated by folks that are trying to make it more difficult.
And the vice president will rally in Houston, Texas tomorrow with a very special guest, music icon Beyonce. From DeKalb County, Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.
And we're also monitoring where former President Donald Trump is campaigning. He's tonight out west, just one day after holding his own rally in Georgia in Gwinnett County. He's courting voters in battleground state of Arizona. He's also holding events in Nevada as well. The former president urging supporters to vote as soon as possible. This as more than 2.3 million ballots have been cast so far in Georgia, and a new spotlight on election security happening right now in our state. Atlanta News First Patrick Quinn has more.
I'm Patrick Quinn in Midtown, and crisis averted. The Secretary of State's office said they fended off a cyber attack attempt to their online portal system that addresses absentee ballots. They said they received 420,000 IP address hits all at once in an attempt, they said, to crash the system. That attempt failed. The Secretary of State's office said on October 14th, their absentee ballot online portal where you request a mail-in ballot was overwhelmed, but the state was notified and quickly took action, putting in a verification tool that required users to prove that they're human. That simple change thwarted the traffic and systems resumed as normal. So far, more than 140,000 people have voted absentee this year. The last day to request an absentee ballot is tomorrow.
And tonight, a mistrial motion hanging over the heads of everyone involved in the YSL trial. Prosecutors are trying to prove that Atlanta rapper Young Thug is the head of a criminal street gang. Here's Atlanta's and Atlanta News First, Brittany Ford with more.
Well, the judge abruptly canceled court today, but we saw the defense and prosecution go into the courtroom for several hours in what was believed to be plea deal negotiations. This comes as Judge Paige Whitaker has yet to decide on a mistrial motion brought forth yesterday. We have been able to confirm that attorneys for defendant Diamante Kendrick met with District Attorney Fonnie Willis to discuss a plea deal and are learning several others have done the same. The possibility of a mistrial or plea deals being accepted in this case could wrap things up. We spoke with a legal analyst who weighed in.
If the clients plead out, there is no more trial. It ends the trial, so the mistrial motion would be moot. There's also the possibility of a mistrial for some as others take pleas, because it doesn't all have to be done as a group.
Now, court is scheduled to pick back up Monday morning. I did reach out to the district attorney's office for comment and did not hear immediately back. At the Fulton County Courthouse, Brittany Ford, Atlanta News First.
And make sure you join us later tonight. Blair Miller, myself, Shon Gables, and First Alert Meteorologist Fred Campagna. We're going to cover also, as I mentioned, Kamala Harris. She's live holding a rally. We're going to have more on that tonight. Sorry that we couldn't get the audio to work for you, but we'll make sure and have that covered for you, both on air, online, and on our Atlanta News First Plus website. But tonight at 11, I sit down with Young Thug's father for an exclusive interview. Jeffrey Williams admits he's frustrated, says he wants Young Thug's case thrown out, and he shares some unfriendly views on Fulton County's district attorney and why he's voting to oust her out of office. It is a big interview that we have been holding for a couple of days, trying to get a response from Fulton County's DA. We have yet to get one. We're hoping that it might come through later tonight. We'll let you know. But in the meantime, I'm going to switch over to my buddy, Fred Campagna. Fred, I was trying to be creative here.
Okay.
But I couldn't figure out how to get you in that picture, but I got that beautiful skyline.
All right.
We've got record heat.
We'll just switch spots. That's all we'll do.
I'll let you take over.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Shon. Yeah. Oh, look, I fit right in the picture there just perfectly. Yeah, we do have the potential for record heat tomorrow. So definitely looking forward to that. Another warm day, pretty similar actually to today. So let's pop out the graphics here to show you full screen what is going on as you take a look at the skyline right there. I can probably tell I fighting a little head cold this week, so feeling all right, but a little stuffed up. So sorry about the way I sound. Can't do anything about it. Let's take a look here at the temperature change over the last 24 hours. And it is a little bit cooler as you go to the north. So even though today was a really warm day, up to 83 in Atlanta, it's clear, it's dry out there tonight without much of a breeze. So the temperature is starting to fall, and it is cooler than it was yesterday at this time in LJ at 56. But most of us are still pretty mild. So just after 8 o'clock here, losing that last little bit of twilight and seeing that temperature fall from the 60s, from the low 70s into the 60s in many spots. Low temperatures tomorrow morning, slightly mild, but cooler than they were this morning, between about 50 and 55 degrees. Heading through the day tomorrow, sunshine. Look at that 3 o'clock temperature, 84. That would be 2 degrees above the record high for the date. Let's look at the cloud cover over the next few days, and not much of it expected on Friday. A few thin clouds late in the day, West Georgia. Partly cloudy skies as you go north of Atlanta on Saturday afternoon, but likely dry. And we've taken the rain chances out of the forecast on Sunday. We had a 20% chance of rain for Sunday, but now we have just dropped that. You can see there will be some clouds around. So it's not going to be the blue sky that we've been enjoying of late, but it will be still an okay day with temperatures reaching the mid-70s. Record warmth on your Friday, 12 degrees above normal, 2 degrees above the record is our forecast. 84 Rome, Atlanta, Eatonton, 82 for Athens, 80 for Helen, and for the Blairsville area as well. 80 to 86, the forecast for Saturday. Saturday, right now, we're forecasting tying the record high temperature for the date. On Sunday, we cool down to closer to normal, but still mild, with highs in the low to mid 70s around metro Atlanta, cooler to the northeast, and still warm as you go southwest, still near 80 degrees down in LaGrange. So here's that weekend forecast in a nutshell. I guess I'll pick Saturday as the pick of the weekend. That 85 is great because by late Saturday afternoon, good patio weather. You know, if you can head out to a restaurant, bar, hang out a little bit. Saturday afternoon, 85 seems pretty warm, but with the sun getting lower in the sky earlier in the day, it'll probably be about 80, 82 at about 5, 6 o'clock. or so. That's just great weather with dry humidity to be able to get out and enjoy on a Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. Saturday evening temperatures are going to stay in the 70s, so if you want to continue to hang out outside, maybe grab a little bug spray and just get the fire pit going or something on Saturday evening. Monday, it is noticeably cooler, but close to normal. Temperatures ranging from the mid-60s to lower 70s. We'll keep some clouds around on Monday, but our rain chances are down near zero once again on Monday and continuing on Tuesday. So we may yet do it. We may make it through an entire month without a drop of rain at Hartsfield-Jackson. We're doing the calculations roughly about 1740 months on 1700 rather, and 40 months on record for Atlanta. And there has never been a month that has been completely dry. The driest October on record had a trace of rain, I believe, but that was at least some rain that wasn't measurable. This month so far, we haven't even seen that sprinkle of rain that is not measurable, not even a trace of rain so far this month at Hartsfield-Jackson. All right, here's a 7-day forecast, and it looks great, and it includes Halloween now. And it does look like it's going to warm back up in the middle of next week, back up to nearly 10 degrees above normal on Halloween. Right now it looks like dry skies, temperature near 80 in the afternoon. That means it'll be comfortably in the 70s for trick-or-treating. We'll see you tonight on Peachtree TV at 10 o'clock and Atlanta News First at 11. Have a